When people project their imagination on reality, reality only becomes a perspective of their imagination. Superstition. Let them all pass all their dirty remarks. There's one question I'd really love to ask. Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind to save his own beliefs? That 14-year-old girl in Argentina was sacrificed because of superstition, right? And you can't go back in time and stop that, right? It's already happened. Right? If you do invent technology to go back in time and stop that, you could possibly do things with antimatter to put the whole world at risk to save one girl from being abused by perception and superstition, right? Which is, I've told you guys this many times, as far as like wormholes and time travel and things like that. You're going to take one event to bend to your will and put it all at risk. And I watched this Star Trek with the one with the lady that doesn't talk and can heal and all that stuff. And these guys, we can transport her planet to safety. That's bullshit, okay? Your power and your creation and all that, that's bullshit, right? That's all just people's perception of Gene Roddenberry's ego, right? It's all bullshit, right? You can't, we all know you can't take a planet and move it from one place. If it's not in our archives, it doesn't exist, right? Gravity says that this is where the planet's supposed to be, right? So someone removed it from the archives. So you can't take a planet, like we know from watching science fiction that manipulates us with money, which is a science fact, right? That Miralax doesn't help you poop any better than drinking lots of water, eating lots of oatmeal and celery and fruits and vegetables, right? And Andrew Huberman, we all need less sugar. No, we all need less processed sugar, and we need less toxins and stress for the processed sugars to shut us down, because the toxins and the stress aren't going to stop with these people driving in cars, dancing and singing and selling products, right? Weather tech, right? And this shit ain't funny, We don't need to sell petroleum products to keep food off of our car carpeting. Okay, but we do need a healthy planet with healthy people, right? And that young lady that was sacrificed to that volcano at 14, I am required to respect your life given to you by the glory of God. I am not required to respect your beliefs if they kill your 14-year-old daughter because of your perspective, right? If you want to send your son off to where I'm writing this down, dear God, keep America free. I'm not required to respect your beliefs. I'm only required to respect you and your son's life. I'm writing, and the captain, if he doesn't respect people's lives, okay, then I'm required to protect people from the captain. And Mom, we will carry them through. I'll finish this letter the first chance I get. For now, I'll just say I love you, right? Okay, so this acting, this hypocrites, and this heathen behavior, okay, is bottom of the buckets fell out in 2013. Okay, January 22nd, 2013. You guys are just trying to get your technology to put a new put a new bottom in the bucket, right? And this sucks, and it is. I got to understand. I don't got to learn. I got to understand how to relax to survive. And, well, I do survive and stop and eliminate. I'm just, it hurts, when, and you got like, you shouldn't care about Stephanie and Patrick and Amy and Natalie and Noah and Emily and Kate and Crumb. They won't do anything to help you live the Lord's Prayer, but you'll do everything short of dying to save them from being murdered by corporations. Yeah, I just watched the stupid Star Trek. I get it. Okay. And Jesus telling me I'm not required to die for them, right? And so, man, I'm tired. And I know how wrong it is to not respect people's lives. I know about the bear and the beaver, and the bear eating the beaver. And I understand why. And I know why human beings eat chicken and waffles and eggs and bacon. And everybody, that's barbaric. Guys, this is a life of sacrifice given to us by an infinite essence. Okay? If you don't eat the chicken, the eggs and the bacon, okay? And if the wolf and the shark and the lion will eat you, okay, and chimpanzees and baboons eat monkeys and stuff, so that they will also eat you. Okay. If you don't understand balance and harmony by being a gracious good shepherd, okay, you're just being a self-righteous, pretentious, arrogant turdbag. Okay. So if you're being a vegan and you think that makes you better, okay, than people that eat eggs and bacon for breakfast, okay, then your perception, I don't have to respect, right? I don't have to respect your perspective or your perception. I just have to respect your life, right? And then you're like that one guy at the Walmart in the Frisbee aisle thing, you know. Well, I'm not kill or murder fetal chickens and pigs. I'm not killing or murdering them. I'm understanding balance. I'm a gracious good shepherd. Okay? And, you know, Dr. McCoy says, I can't take a life. If you do not eat the living food, you have to eat the dead food, and then you die, right? So you have to eat a live, ripe, healthy strawberry, cantaloupe, tomato, celery, right? If you eat the dead, you die, right? And it's like, well, that's not true, because I know animals eat death and decay. I get it. Okay. But for human beings, the life that we're given by the essence, okay, we need to eat fresh celery, fresh eggs, fresh, we drink too much alcohol, it pickles our livers and kills our brain cells, right? I prefer not to drink it at all, because why do I want to pickle my liver and kill my brain cells? Life's eternal, grace is infinite, right? Okay, so do you understand how to be a humble, intelligent human being and not be on Starfleet Academy? Is that what I'm watching? I think so. Is that Paul Giamatti? Okay. Now, why would people, United Federation, why would people still be doing things this archaic and this irrational in the future if we're supposed to become more intelligent, right? So we've got to humble ourselves and be like the Lord. Forgive, debt, and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. You don't need a job to pretend you're part of the United Federation of Planets, exporting our dysfunction for more economic success, right? That's insane, right? So it's obvious still, like Suzuki tells me, if they were capable of self-correcting, they would, right? And so there's obviously a collective brain chemical addiction in the brain injury, okay, that sacrifices the 14-year-old to the volcano, as opposed to migrate away from the volcano, because people causing the conditions for nature to react violently, okay, obviously have a strong manipulation in your environment, right? Like Vesuvius, right? And St. Helens, right? So now that's hard to, because they have harps, okay, like the Egyptians were doing with their what were those things called? Their pyramids, right? And trying to bring in rain with their pyramids, right? To circumvent the glory of creation with the snow on the mountains, right? And so these kind of barbaric displays of irrational human beings pretending to be something they're not, for over-exaggerated self-importance, to, pay attention to me, I'm special, I'm important, I'm an influencer, I'm an astronaut, right? This is very incorrect, and that's a child, okay? That means that their parents, his parents, this child on this Star Trek, Starfleet Academy thing, with his feet hanging out this chair with this lady talking to him about mythological situations for money in a studio, okay? His parents had to willingly, in our society, offer up their kid to this propaganda and say, this is what life's all about. This is Psalms and Proverbs. This is the Lord's Prayer. This is still waters run deep. Okay. This is themed to a summer place, right? It's not. I know. All right. And he's a cute kid. Of course he's a cute kid. It has to elicit emotions in us. Like the little girl on Windwalker last night. I'm hungry. We're all hungry. She can't help her pain, right? The chiste. Okay? Now, we go play in the snow. We go do all these things, But no animals were harmed in that picture. I don't know. That could have caused hypothermia in the horse and the man who had to perform the stunt, right? When the kids are saving the family from the crow, right? Why are we doing this? For money. What's money? A human invention. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind just to save his own belief? You can't save your own belief. That's a perception of Bob, like, Tupac's "Only God Can Judge Me." To be addicted to those perceptions. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all humankind to be addicted to their perception? Would be a more appropriate way of saying, I'm watching Starfleet Academy, right? Okay, so you guys get it, right? And this woman, okay, dies from cancer. You publish and sell her poems, okay, for lots of money, for propaganda, right? And that will help raise more money for the cancer industry, right? But it's genocidal. I know, but we found ways to make money off of people being sick and dying. Ooh, I like that. 15 years later. Okay. It wasn't 1980. It was more than 15 years later. It was at a hospice in Scottsdale, Arizona in 1994 in April. Okay. People that are brain chemical addicted, okay, can be classified as, can be, you see, you have to, it's not so much label, it's explain, an explanation. Labeling people is, I was a Mexican drug dealer and bisexual. right? Those are labels, right? In Phoenix, when I was in high school and in college, I was a Mexican drug dealer that was bisexual and was unable to play college sports because of the fact that I was a Mexican bisexual drug dealer, right? Same thing happened to me in Wyoming, but I wasn't, that's gross. But okay. Well, you know how violent people are. But she bit his ear. I just think she is Mike Tyson. Oh, it was him. It was a guy. Okay, the guy bit his ear. Okay, maybe he's related to Mike Tyson. This is supposed to represent the future, and he is brown. Okay, Earl. Fantasy football. All right. Violence, 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 gratuitous violence, violence, gratuitous violence, gratuitous. He's taken over the ship. The hero now has control. He is now moving things in position for the heroes to defeat the villains. No, one of the villains is now choking the hero. The hero is now in a Keanu Reeves, John Wick position. They might hit a mountain just like Patsy Cline, and oh no, they did. Okay, but these vehicles are made a lot more sturdy than Patsy Cline's airplane to pay for people's funerals. Okay, is this planet Earth, or is this a planet that's supposed to look like Earth that's out there in the final frontier? Okay, Earl. I'm not obnoxious. What's obnoxious is these people making supermodel movies and doing bullshit that makes no sense for egotistical projection. You know, is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all humankind just to try to maintain their brain chemical addiction? Hell, heaven and hell are states of being. It's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book, okay? But the nice thing about books, okay, is you don't have to read them again. You don't have to publish them. You don't have to sell them, you know. You're a Hitler and the book burning. Okay. I have Pete Townshend's computer over there with all kinds of men having sexual acts with children, like the statues and the Incan Empire in Peru. You know, we were okay. Why are we saving on to these ancient artifacts? Well, in those ancient artifacts, that person, okay, had sex with a child and then made an artistic representation of it. Okay. And then sacrifice their 14-year-old daughter to a volcano to try to save their wretched flesh. Okay. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all of humankind just to save their own perception? You can't save your own perception. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. You die, and that insanity goes with you. We don't ever have to resurrect it again, right? Do you understand, Starfleet Academy? Are you as intelligent as a 6th grader? 5th grader? No, 5-year-old that didn't go to kindergarten. I didn't go to kindergarten. 5-year-old that didn't go to kindergarten. There you go. Okay. Do you understand? Okay. Are you as smart as a 5-year-old that's not green that didn't go to kindergarten? Is the other one orange? Orange? Yeah, the one kid is orange and the other's green. Are those paints hypoallergenic? Or I'm going to report you to the UN for child abuse. Mm-hmm. Okay, just because you say people got to go door to door for free candy because it's required from corporations to sell candy doesn't mean it's all right to take paints and paint children and put their lives at risk like Buddy Epson trying to be the Tin Man. Oz never did get nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. Right? Or the Tropic of Sir Galahad. So, do you understand what you're doing? And do you have any intention on stopping? Because I have every intention on using quantum computing to stop it. And I don't intend on stopping. I don't care how artificial you think your general intelligence is. Okay, Earl. Stop painting the kids for money to sell candy. Okay. Earl's pissed. Yeah, and I hated those masks of Spider-Man that were made of plastic with the two holes in it. You couldn't believe in those things. The ones I, having to put on a mask to go get candy. It's the whole adventure of it. Some kids could get sick doing that because it's so cold in some parts of the world. Wouldn't it just be better to just say, hey, but is it a good idea to be giving kids candy right before winter? Tons of candy? We found ways to make money off of people being sick. Well, I like that. Yeah. You think brain chemical addiction has cumulative interactives that cause people to behave in ways that are irrational and insane? You must be, that's why I take my kids out of school and try to get off the grid. Right. We know M. Night Shyamalan's imagination. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind just to save his own perception of beliefs? Okay. You going to go live in a cave and tell us how to live among the living? How are you and your commune going to save us from what the military is doing with their latest installment of Ronald McDonald at the White House, asshole? And, hey, forget about it. The Pope that's going to have to relocate witness location to Saskatchewan, right? Son of a bucket, right? Okay, guys, being intelligent is a beautiful thing because it's a derivative of love. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, all you beautiful minds out there, save the cheerleader, save the world. Save yourself from wanting to save the cheerleader, save the world. Okay, logical, Captain. Darn you, Zachary Quinto. Well, Leonard Nimoy's passed away. We could clone him. Didn't we already do that with Zachary Quinto? Okay, guys, I love you, man. All right, peace.